Hello, everybody, and welcome to another show of Tara's Table Talk. It's so good that you joined us tonight because we have a very interesting show tonight, especially if you're over 50 like me. We're going to learn about how we can get a good education at a low cost, no cost, and might even be able to be the ones teaching the class. So tonight I have great ladies with me, two ladies that are working in the education field at the college level. I have Koya Ball, who's from CSU. She's going to talk about Project 60. And I also have Ashley Speaker from Tri-C, and she's going to talk about the Encore 55 Plus Learning Program. So welcome, ladies, to Tara's Table Talk.
Hello. Thank you so much.
Braving the cold. Oh, you're welcome. Braving the cold okay tonight?
Yes.
Thank you for coming out, because I know once I get in the house in the winter, I don't want to come
coming
out.
back out.
So you didn't go home, did you?
No.
I didn't think so. See, I know these things. Thank you for coming. Well, first of all, I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do at your prospective employers. So, Koya, let's start with you.
Well, I work in the financial aid department. So much fun. Yay. But there we just help out any students who need help with registration, understanding financial aid, and all that jazz. I'm currently in school myself, so
Oh, great.
yeah, this is a good learning experience and a helpful experience for me to be able to help current and future students enroll. And Project 60 is something I'm very passionate about, just because I think it's important
Important for us older people.
to keep those skills going.
Yes,
It's
I
always
hear
great.
you. Koya's very young, and so is Ashley, compared to some of us that are at the 60 mark. But that's good. That's
Yes,
good.
thank you.
What about you, Ashley?
Yeah, so I'm a program coordinator at Corporate College, which is a division of Tri-C, and I'm part of the open enrollment team. So that encompasses professional development as well as our community education and Encore 55 Plus Learning program. So it's a great way for students to not only start their futures at a college, but also continue it with professional development or just the love of learning.
Great. And Corporate College is right on not Richmond. Is it Richmond
Yeah,
Road?
Richmond Road, near Harvard.
Yeah, right off of the highway.
Yeah, we actually.
I always wondered what went on back there.
Yeah.
You know?
Me too.
Yeah, people drive by it and say Corporate College, but Tri-C is so massive up there.
Right.
No one ever thinks about what really goes on over there.
Yeah, we do everything from individual professional development where students come to us for classes, or companies or organizations will do customized training for them. And then we also do facility rental. You know, sometimes organizations need a place for their own training. Maybe it's in-house, but they don't have a location for it, and we have the facilities for that.
Wow, that's really great. I learned something here tonight, too. That's wonderful.
That's my area, so I always wonder what that. I'm like, what kind of building is this?
Well, you're welcome to pop in and say hi anytime. So
Now, see, I will. I will, and maybe I can get some training going on up there. So I did a little research on both of you and your jobs. So I'm going to talk about the Encore 55 program first. And I'm just going to read a little bit that I researched. It's based on the concept of providing adult education within an academic environment, and Encore holds onto an educational standard that recognizes the intellectual interests of students 55 and over. And then also, it enhances learning opportunities and community engagement. And Tri-C offers both on and off-campus experiences. And the learning possibilities are endless through Encore Campus Fridays and the Neighborhood Scholars Program. That's a lot. And we're going to talk first about the Encore Campus Fridays program, if it's okay with you, Ashley.
Absolutely, and you clearly did your research, because that was a great, summary of all the values that we hold in Encore. The Encore program's been around for over 40 years in our community.
Really?
Yeah, and it's an amazing opportunity. We do Campus Fridays because the traditional students, there's less classes on Fridays, so it's a way for those individuals that are 55 and older to kind of take over the campus. They get certain buildings, certain hallways just to themselves for their own classes.
Great.
It's a low-cost program. Every Friday for the session that you sign up for, you can sign up for 1 to 6 classes for the low cost of of $99 for the whole 7-week session.
Oh, and that's for just one class, 99, or all, you can sign up for as many as you want for 99?
Up to 6 classes for just $99.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, and they're topical. There's no homework and no grades.
Oh, you know about that, don't you? That's great.
So everything from, history and literature to recreation classes, art classes, and then special interest classes. We do things like a speaker series where the topic changes every week as well.
Okay. And you just sign up for them through the website. Well, we'll get into that because I'll get ahead of myself. But I looked on the website and I thought that it was really, really great that you offer so many different avenues to go, and you don't have to get grades, so that's even better.
Right.
But I looked up the Neighborhood Scholars Program, and that's part of the Encore 55 also, right?
Yes. So both of the programs, Encore 55 Plus Learning on the Fridays, as well as the Neighborhood Scholars, are designed specifically for that age group. So, if you're younger than 55, you can't register. The reason why is it creates this environment among your peers.
Cool.
You can make new friends or bring your friends and have these wonderful experiences. The Neighborhood Scholars Program is where we go out into the community, so it's off campus. We have a lot of partnerships with Cleveland Museum of Art. We do things
cool.
like Canalway tours. We do coffee with a curator. And recently we've added restaurant and places of worship tours. So those are
Wow,
unique
cool.
experiences, and those start out at the cost of $10 and then kind of go up from there depending on the experience and what it is.
Well, that's not bad either. I know I looked up this one here, it caught my attention. Don't be afraid to cook Chinese. Now, when I read that, I thought, you know what? I probably would be afraid to cook Chinese because I always buy Chinese out.
Yeah.
Have you ever cooked Chinese?
No.
Have you?
No.
It's just something most people don't think, I'm going to cook Chinese, unless you're one of those people that cook Chinese.
Yeah.
But it said, this is the course description. Don't be afraid to cook delicious Chinese food at home. I won't say that. Well, if she put it on, I can say her name. Susan Soudridge will share some of her favorite recipes, including stir-fried green beans and water chestnuts, ham-fried rice, and her famous egg rolls, which can be made ahead and frozen. Finish your sampling with Chinese cookies. Now, this is part of the Neighborhood Scholars Program that's only starts at $10 and up, right?
Correct.
So this woman, she didn't have a degree in Chinese cooking, did she?
No, and that's one of the awesome things about the program as well is it's very much the topics that we have are instructor led on their passions. So this is someone who she's a wonderful instructor. I know her personally. I actually took some other professional development classes with her. She has a passion for teaching in general, and then she takes these topics that she loves and creates these enriching environments for people who also just love learning to engage, ask questions, and learn something new.
Now, see, that's interesting. I could go for something like that because, like I said, I've never cooked Chinese. and you think about it, and sometimes when you get of age, like I am, I'm 59, you have a little bit extra time. I work part-time now, I don't work full-time. And these type of programs are very good for people who want to stay active. And, like Koya, you and I were talking about keeping that brain active, and it doesn't cost a whole lot. And it's just an opportunity for you to get out in the community, like you said, and make friends and meet new people, because a lot of people, when they retire at 55, and then they think, well, I'm going to relax, when it's like, no, that's the time to go.
Right.
Go. And now you can go to Denny's at 55 and get money off. I'm just letting you guys know. It's our time after 55 to enjoy life. And, the fact that both of these colleges have so much to offer, and we're getting ready to get to you, Koya, because you have a lot to talk about too. But a lot of times when you get a little older and you've worked all your life and you've taken care of children and, you say, I'm just going to relax. And that's when that stomach comes and then you slow down. But this show is giving you an opportunity to get education about what's going on at these colleges. I mean, there are so many different things to do, and we're going to talk about them all tonight. So just please, get a pencil and paper and write some of this stuff down, because there's something for everybody. I mean, really, there is.
It really is. It
So
really is.
we're going to switch over for a moment and talk about Project 60.
Yes.
So let me ask you to tell me why Project 60 is free.
So
It's wonderful. I like free.
Project 60 is for students 60 and over. It's an amazing program. It's free with fees that may be associated with classes.
Yeah.
So that does come. It's free, but not completely free, because some classes do require like lab and books and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Well, books are never.
No, we wish. So it's audit based, so it's not graded. But if you are interested in attending classes for a degree, then you have to do as we all do it straight out of high school. But yes, so that's an option. But it's audit based, and you can take whatever classes you want, with the exception of some with require of a permission from the instructor, which most cases you can get the permission.
Now, Koya, explain to people who don't understand what audit based is.
So it's not a grade. You're not getting a grade for the course.
So
You're there. You can come and go as you please. You don't. If you show up, you show up. Of course, we want you there, but if I were to go, I can't take it as an audit base. I'm there to get a grade, and that's what I have to get.
And
I
get a
can't audit the
degree.
class, correct? To get a degree.
So you can't get a degree with the Project 60
Correct.
classes.
You cannot get a degree with the Project 60 classes. It's just there to enhance more education, exercise that brain. I always used to say to my dad, what are you going to do after retirement? He wants to travel, but I got him into thinking about coming back for school.
All right.
My parents are always talking about getting into business together. Well, what's a great opportunity to take business classes for free because you're 60, to get more of that education. It's very important. So Project 60 is here for that. And you come in, you sign up, and you'll get an email just the next day of everything that you need to do. Signing up, classes you can take, all of the courses that are available for you to take.
Yeah.
So there's a ton of classes that we offer for our Project 60 students, and take advantage of it, please. We beg you, please. It's a great social experience. You get to be around different people, new people. I always tell my mom, the world is moving. We need to always keep up with what's in the new, even if we don't always agree with what's in the new.
Yes.
We need to be up on it.
And then at Project 60, the difference is that in Encore 55, those of us of age are the star, and we take over the school.
Yes.
So if you really are have enough of those younger people that we love so much that are running around, Encore 55's a spot. But if you think that you feel young because you're around the young people, Project 60 is the spot.
When I took a class recently, one of the students was a Project 60, and her and I were like really super duper close. I learned a lot from her, so it was great to be able to tag team and get other information, not just from my class, but also from her as well, because over the years she knows history, of course. So it was just fantastic just to even be able to be in her presence, to talk to her. So yeah.
Yes, and I experienced that. I went back to school at 52 to get my nursing degree.
Wow.
And I, of course, was the oldest. I went at night. I worked because I had to work. And I went at night, and I was the oldest person in the class all throughout the 2 years that I was in nursing school. No, there was never anyone older than me, which I thought was strange. I wasn't that old. But I realized how, after we got past the first couple semesters, because it was a 2-year program, how close the younger people got. Even the guys, they were like, "Oh, Miss Terry," and they call me ma'am, Miss Terry, but it was a level of respect that they helped me, because I didn't have time to read the 350 pages every night, But I had a lot of experience in dealing with people, and a lot of nursing is dealing with people, and where they didn't have that, and then they would help tell me, okay, this is how you get the education part. Not, so there is a lot that older and younger can help each other with.
Yeah, please don't believe that you can't intermix, because you definitely can.
Oh,
You definitely can
definitely.
learn from each other. We can learn from anybody. So
Yes, and that's a good attitude to have, because sometimes younger people think older people are just done and over with.
Please talk to the older people. They know everything.
Yeah, see,
You
these
can
are
learn a lot.
these are younger women. They're in their prime, and I'll say 30s.
Yeah,
I won't
that-
tell.
We're young 30s.
Okay.
I'm okay with it. I'm 31, and I love
Yeah.
to
Great.
surround myself around people with knowledge, and my grandmother was very knowledgeable. I just listen to her talk all the time.
Yes,
I just love to
yes.
soak up, anything that they know. So please, if you're in school and you're a student, you have a Project 60 student, and you're sit next to them and introduce yourself.
Okay. And these classes at Cleveland State Project 60 are on a space available basis.
Yes,
Don't
but
forget to say.
however, if the class is closed and you really want to get in that class, all you need to do is speak to the professor, ask if you can get in that class. If they say yes, you come down to my department in
Financial
Berkman Hall,
aid.
Financial Aid, room 116, and we can get you in that class. Absolutely. So just because it may seem closed, inquire about that class. If the professor says yes, you're in it.
Oh, isn't that wonderful? That's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so we're going to move on to a couple other things. I like to go back and forth if you guys
That is
don't
fine
mind.
with me.
Now, I was reading in Project 55 about people who can be instructors at the school. Now, I found this very fascinating because I know one of my patients was teaching me. She said, I'm going to teach you how to crochet one time. And I'm thinking, I don't have time to learn how to crochet. But she simply, when I'm in there, taking care, she was showing me when I worked in a nursing home. And this was something that I'm thinking you could teach people, because she was so patient and kind with me, because I'm watching. She said, when you get home, this is what you do, because I know you can't do it here. I'm like, okay, but every time I saw her, she was showing me how to do it. And it's just something that, like, you could find purpose. You could find purpose and show others how to do this. And she wasn't worried about getting paid or anything like that, but just to have your life experience acknowledged and be able to teach other people. So tell us about that part of Encore 55, because I know they have that also.
Yeah, so that's something I am so passionate about myself. Before I was in my current role, I actually was an instructor for Encore also.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I have a master's degree in history and theology, and I found myself working at Tri-C in the higher ed level. But a way to continue on with my own, passion and share it with others was through instructing for Encore. And our instructors come from, all walks of life. We have Tri-C staff and Tri-C professors teaching, but we also have, retired professors and people from the community, retired teachers. There's, we have lawyers that come in. They'll teach things like estate planning and things like that can
Always
help
a
you.
good thing.
But then we also have, interesting people that teach jewelry making.
Wow.
And unique types of exercise sessions for those who maybe are a little less mobile than others. And more advanced exercise sessions for those who are more mobile. But yeah, it's really about your passions. When that person's so passionate about what they're instructing, it inspires others to want to learn and continue to grow.
Absolutely.
And piggybacking off of talking about how the generation that this is for has so much life experience and things to offer.
Yes.
We've had students in Encore who have approached us about teaching once they find out about the program, go, I have an idea for a class. And then we say, well, why don't you teach it? Because you have that experience. So that's been a neat thing to see students go back and forth from the role of student to instructor, and maybe they're instructing and still taking classes as well. We have quite a few students that do that as well.
That's wonderful. See, all this is going on at Tri-C, and all campuses, right? Not just East Campus?
So we offer Encore Campus Fridays at 3 campuses right now. Eastern Campus in Highland Hills,
Yes.
Western Campus in Parma, and then West Shore in Westlake. We just expanded there this fall.
Oh, nice.
Great. So anywhere you live, you can have access to this. And if you want to be a learning instructor, there's 2 requirements that you have to meet. And that's you don't need a teaching license, or an advanced degree or certification. But what 2 qualifications do you need?
So we do ask that obviously you have a background of some sort in
Right.
what you're teaching.
Right.
So, yeah, I personally would not want to teach crocheting.
Oh, yeah.
That's not my thing.
Okay.
But the other thing is, having a passion with it too.
Yeah.
It's what inspires others to learn. And again, like you said, validating what you are passionate about. It's such a wonderful thing and a way to give back.
Yes.
It's a low cost program, so we don't pay teachers $1 million. But what you get out of it tends to be more than just a paycheck if you are an instructor. It really is those relationships that you build with the students. You grow as a person. As an instructor myself, oh my goodness, the things I learned in the classes, I was kind of facilitating, and the students were really enriching me with all their experiences.
That's how it usually works.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful thing. But yeah, if anyone's interested, we just ask them to reach out to the Encore office. You can either reach us by email, which is encore@tri-c.edu, or you can call us by phone to have a conversation. Sometimes people have a subject, but they're not sure how to articulate it, or they're not sure if it works for the program. And our staff, they're very seasoned, have been around, and they can help guide an instructor in the way of, would this work? Would this not work for this population? And so you can always call us at 216-987-2274. That's our Encore line, and someone would be able to chat with you about that.
Yes, and we're going to have the information posted. You know how we do. Yeah. We have it posted and a promo and everything. But I really want to encourage everyone to take advantage of these programs, because at an older age, you just have so much more life to live. I know, I think it was Oprah Winfrey that said to find something that you would do if you didn't get paid for it, and that's your passion. And that's what Ashley is talking about with the Encore program. If you've been the best cook in your neighborhood for 40 years, and just like this lady, how to make Chinese food, call Encore and let them know that you like to talk, you like to teach, and you're not shy, and you don't want to get paid, but you want to do this. And then one day, about 10 years, when you're in the grocery store and you see somebody and they say, hey, I made the best homemade Chinese food because I learned it from you, you'd be surprised. Yeah. It's just a wonderful feeling when you can teach somebody something, and then they come back and tell you that, it was great when you taught me this, how it worked out for me. So we're going to take a little break right now, and we're going to show the promo for Encore, and we'll be right back. All righty. Get the snack. Come on back.
Encore is an adult education program for individuals 55 years and older, and is also a low-cost program. For more information, please visit us online at www.tri-c.edu/encore, or you can call us at 216-987-2274. We look forward to seeing you in our Encore program, and if you'd like, please bring a friend.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Hope everyone has a little snack and some Kool-Aid or something for the next half hour. All right, we're going to start with you, Koya. We'd like to talk about how Project 60 is working with the Age-Friendly Cleveland Initiative program.
Yes, so the Age-Friendly program is pretty much trying to get anyone to pretty much, it's an activity to keep you involved. So of course we want to be a part of that because we want to keep everybody involved as far as education is concerned. So for us, for Project 60, it gives anyone over the age of 60 the chance to still pursue an education, even if it's not for a degree.
Right.
You know, so we really don't talk much about the initiative at CSU. We just want to get it out for anybody at that age, that if you want to continue education, this is the opportunity to do it here with us.
Absolutely.
Of course. And then, of course, with Miss Ashley. I'll just ask her out. But, yes, and with that comes benefits. So you get the RTA pass.
Wow.
Right.
That's a good benefit.
Yes, absolutely. Because, you know, well, for us, for the students, getting an RTA can be a hassle, even trying to get like a pass. So for us, we give you the sticker, you can ride the bus for free.
Because isn't it like $5 a day now?
Yes. So with the Project 60 students, you just have to pay a one-time fee of $35, and for that entire semester, you can ride the bus for free.
And does that include the provider ride for people that have wheelchairs?
No.
Okay. Just wanted to stick that in there.
No, it does not. So you can only ride the RTA bus with the U-Pass sticker.
Okay.
And also you can use our recreation center. So if you still want to work out or exercise, they have classes, they have yoga classes. You can use that, your CSU ID card to get access into our gym, which is huge and amazing. I love it. You can swim. We have a huge pool.
Oh, wow, great.
Everything. And they have, like I said, they have group classes that you can take, you know, with your CSU ID. So that's also another perk. Now, I do need to mention, when you do sign up for Project 60 classes, there is a date that you can sign up for.
Okay.
So I just want to put that out there.
Yes.
So you can sign up for our spring semester course. Our classes start January 11th, because some students do take Saturday classes, but overall the classes are all starting on that Monday, the 13th.
Yes.
So Project 60 students can sign up for classes Thursday, January 9th, online. Now, one thing that I always get from our Project 60 students is I cannot use a computer.
And, you know, that's just real.
And
I'm telling
I
you.
totally understand that.
I know about that.
I will sit with my parents to help them with all the techies things.
But we know how to make a cake from scratch,
That's
okay?
And in return, all I ask is for a nice baked good. I'm just joking.
Right.
But yeah, so on Friday the 10th, January 10th, we have a help day.
Yes, help out.
That is in our Michael Schwartz Library. And there we will help you sign up for your classes if you need help. And also, you can also come see me again in Berkman Hall, room 116,
Okay.
to also help you sign up for your classes as well. So if you have any issues, just please come to us. You can also go online if you have any questions, www.csuohio.edu/project60, or you can call us at 216-687-5411, and we can help you with all of that. So it just was an honor to be a part of the initiative because, like I said, you know, any education after any age is always important to keep that mind exercised.
Yes, I know my grandfather, he lived to be 92,
Ooh.
and he said that when you stop trying to learn, you might as well just roll over and die. Because at 92, he was playing bridge at the
Wow.
library. I mean, he just was always learning.
That's awesome.
So, and it rolled over onto us. And that's, you know, I've had 3 major careers, and I'm only 59, but I'm going to fly a jet. You know, that's what I want to do.
That's
So
the
it's just
goal.
when you get older, like I said, you just don't stop.
No.
Don't stop. And speaking of benefits, I did not know that you could get all the benefits at Cleveland State too. But at Tri-C, what about that Tri-C discounts?
Yeah, so once you're enrolled as an Encore student, you get a Tri-C student card,
Yes.
and you get all the regular discounts
Cool.
at the community level that any Tri-C student would. So, anything from Cleveland Orchestra tickets, student discounts on those, to, area restaurants.
Yes,
you
that's
also
what I'm
have
talking
access to our recreation facilities as well. I do have to do a disclaimer. West Shore and Westlake does not have a recreation center, unfortunately. I was giving an orientation last session about it, and I mentioned the rec center, and all of a sudden a bunch of hands went up, and they're like, "Where's it at?" In this building. And I was like, "Oops, there's not one in this building."
At Eastern Campus.
Yeah, I have to travel to Western or Eastern Campus for that. But, those wonderful facilities are available for students, and, it is a great opportunity to get those additional discounts.
Yes,
and, this population, they deserve it.
Yes, we do.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah.
said, Denny's discount. But I looked on the website, and you can get discounts at car washes, beauty salons, restaurants, health and fitness. And I had no idea Cleveland State. I missed that on my research. So there are benefits for being over 55 and getting an education at Cleveland State and Tri-C.
Yes.
Everybody, there are great benefits to it, not just the education part. So, do they have the over 50 walkers at both of you guys' facilities? Oh, you don't know that. You know how the older people walk the mall. You ever hear about
I
that?
remember when I worked at Nordstrom, we had a lot of walkers in the mall.
That's what I was saying. Oh gosh, I feel so old. That's okay. You get
But
older.
you stay
got-
active. I had 2 customers when I worked at Nordstrom who would walk the mall, and they would come visit me. We would have like tea after their walks,
awesome.
and it kept them active. I mean,
Yes.
they were moving, always on the go. And I said, that's who I want to be.
But I can,
That's right.
yes. I'm telling you, it's just keep it moving. Because
Yeah.
once you sit down, I'm telling you, stuff starts to get a little stiff.
I was just reading someone say it goes to saying if you don't use it, you lose it.
And it's just the truth. I'm just letting you know. If I sit in this chair for 2 hours, my knees will lock when I stand up. And I'm not unhealthy, but I'm just saying, when you get older, you got to move it. You're
Yeah.
right. Speaking of moving it, some of the classes that you need permission for at Project 60.
Yes.
Yes,
So,
let's talk about those. Because you
there
can't just register and get in if there's space to a few things.
No, so at one point in time, you could take any classes, but with a lot of Project 60 students want to take music classes, and in that comes like lessons. So like piano lessons, and that takes time because some of those instructors who are teaching lessons are doing it out of their own. It's like kind of like volunteer. So of course you got to pay for it.
Yes.
For lessons.
And you have to be a little serious about doing it.
Very serious about it. So for those classes that you do need permission for, it will be a dance class, a film and media arts class, studio art, law, and world languages. And there's some music classes that you also need a few permission for, of course, and that would be the ones that you need that if you wanted to take piano lessons or guitar lessons, you would need permission for that.
And what about these music lectures from the Department of Music?
So Project 6 students are eligible to enroll for some music lectures that are offered in the music department. So that's Music 111, The Enjoyment of Music,
Yes.
Music 151, which is Jazz Surveys, Music 161, Roots of Rock and Soul, and Music 263, Black Music of Two Worlds.
All right.
You can take those classes. You are eligible for that.
And do you need to talk to the professor beforehand?
No, you do not.
See, so you can just sit in on those lectures. So jazz enthusiasts, you can just go to the jazz survey class because you're over 60.
Yes.
Isn't that wonderful?
Who doesn't love jazz?
Yes, and one thing you cannot take are nursing classes.
No, unfortunately you can't.
Yes, because can you imagine taking nursing classes for free? All of us having student loans from nursing school people. If you just wait till you're 60, you could take a nursing class for free.
Yeah.
That would be class. And also the graduate classes you have to get permission for.
Yes,
right?
you do, but it's not too much of a hassle.
Okay. Well, that covers all that. Now, one thing I did want to talk to you guys about your experiences with the people that everyone seems to be like, yay, this is great working for this cause. But when a person comes in and they have, like, English is not their second language, how do you handle that? Or are there interpreters? Do you have, or just how do you handle someone who has an English as a second language situation?
Well, for me, I always take my time. So we do have a large international base at our school, and most of them take English as a second language classes. So the barrier isn't as it's really not bad. I mean, for me, it's not bad. I just take my time. You know, I'm patient. Whatever is going to make it easy for you is my number one concern. So, you know, if you need to get an interpreter, I can find someone to help you with that. We have people for who, if they have a language barrier, we have someone for that. And you know what? There are interpreters for students who are hearing impaired. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So, come. Do not be intimidated. If anything, come see me. I will greet you with the biggest smile ever. Seriously. I really want you to come.
Yeah, and just, I mean, echoing what Koya said, both of our colleges exist for the community that we serve.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter, what, disability or, issue you might have with like the general culture of things. We want to make sure you have access to these resources. So we have, an international office that can help deal with different things. We have an access office that would, deal with perhaps sign language or something like that to meet those needs. And yeah, our goal really is to help you have the best experience you can. It's that whole making sure, speaking slowly, asking the right questions, and making sure you treat that person as a person, right?
Yes. And that's in everything.
Yeah.
It really is. So I'm just glad that they do address that, because we do have a multicultural world here, and especially Cleveland. Cleveland, there are a lot of cultures, and I'm sure they have a lot of cultural programs.
Of course,
that
yeah.
everyone can you expound on that? What type of cultural programs are specific at Encore 55?
So, Tri-C as a whole, we have English as a second language and different programs like that. Encore itself, we actually have instructors that maybe are not native to the U.S. There's a Russian teacher. She's taught Russian language and Russian culture, which is great for someone who maybe's been from there, or that is from there, but also students that are maybe native to the United States to learn more about that culture and kind of, dive in deeper. We have a German class that's being offered right now. We've had Italian in the past. American Sign Language has been offered.
Wow.
A lot of different things to just help you understand. We have a Tri-C professor who this past session offered a class about immigration and patterns in the United States to just help people understand how America's the melting pot, right? And like you said, we're still a multicultural world today.
Yes.
And that's a beautiful thing about our community. It really is.
That's great. That's great. Oh, I want to take that sign language class. And
I heard it's a lot of fun.
Oh gosh, I would love that, because anytime you can add a skill set,
Absolutely.
it's just, sorry young people, but you have to go to college and get it, because that's older people. But anytime you can add a skill set, just if you were to take like a sign language class, and right down here on Chester, there's a sight center, and I think there's a hearing center also. To be able to volunteer and go in for an hour, one day a week, and help with the classroom. Or even some of the elementary schools have special needs classes for children that are hearing impaired or something. So if you have that skill, you could contribute to helping. And this, like the classes, you can take up to 6 classes for $99, or you can go for free, and you can get the skill and contribute to the community. Because after 55, you are valuable, and you can do these things. Like she said, both of you said that the skill set and the mindset of a person over 50 is just different. You've lived a little bit of life, you've experienced a little bit of life, and you have more patience, you have more understanding, and it's just giving back. It's a great feeling. I know my mom, she's 85, and she taught up at Mercer and Shaker. Oh, you're a Mercer. Yeah, I'm a Shaker
girl.
Me too. 78? Okay, don't say that.
I was 6.
Oh, wow. Okay. But she taught up there, and she taught, I think she taught the kids in 2nd grade. and she would come home, just her life, because she retired at 55, and her face would be lit up because the children just drew to her because it made her day to just hear what they had to say. And they were children who couldn't settle down in class, so there were only a few, so they got all the attention. So these are the kind of things that you can benefit from by getting just a little bit of knowledge, taking the time to get a little bit of education. Like I said, you don't get a degree, you don't get anything, but you get the time and the experience. And there's nothing like getting the knowledge. Like I said, knowledge is power.
It is.
It's power. Oh, and I'm so glad that you guys feel that way
It really
at such a
is.
young age.
I tell my son that every day. Let's get some more power in you today.
Yes. And a lot of people don't realize it until you get older how important education is. And it's just great because if you missed it, you can get it now.
Yes,
And
it's
you
never
don't even
going
have
away.
You don't even have to pay. And then if you do pay, it's really nothing like college tuition, believe me, because I'm going back at CSU for my BS, starting on 13th, my BSN, and it's just, it costs a lot.
Yeah, it is.
It costs a lot. So this way, even if you're on a fixed income, just put together $10
For real.
on the side and prepare. When does your registration start for the, you have winter and spring coming up, right?
That's correct. So we have 2 sessions during the spring semester. They're 7-week sessions. So one is in the winter and one is in the spring.
Okay.
Our registration's actually opening up this Tuesday. December 16th, and it starts at 10 a.m. We have a set time for it to start opening so that everyone's kind of a fair game for registering, whether you register online or in person or by mail. It's all December 16th when it starts at 10 a.m.
Now, did everybody hear that?
Yes.
You can register online, and they have step-by-step instructions. If you can get to the website, us techie challenge people.
We do have videos to explain how the registration online goes, and that really helps, I think, if you're a first-time user.
See, they have videos too for us people. And you can also just show up in person, which a lot of times you can't even go to fill out a job application in person anymore.
Right.
So you can show up in person, you can register online, or you can actually call on the phone and register, can't
Yes,
you?
absolutely.
So you just dial 216-987-3075, and you select option 1. And that's
correct.
just about as simple as it can get. I'm
Right.
telling you, you could be sitting there watching Wendy Williams, and when she takes a break,
Perfect.
go sign up for a class. I'm telling you, it's wonderful. It's a wonderful thing. They make it easy for you, and like you said, they at Project 60 at Cleveland State, they're having a whole hour on January 10th
9 to 10.
on the first floor, so you don't even have to walk up any steps. You don't have to get stuck in the elevator.
Nope.
You just walk in, and they have people there that'll help you sign up, try to figure out. Koya will tell you how to, you don't even have to pay. See, I was going to say figure out how to pay, but there's an opportunity to get something. And during the winter in Cleveland, there is nothing to do.
No, it's not.
Unless you're one of those people that like to ski, then go out to Brandywine or whatever and ski and enjoy yourself. And then when you come back to reality and realize it's too cold, go take one of these classes because you can do anything. I'm so excited because I can take advantage of this. And I'm going to start taking advantage of it because I love learning and I love people. And that's all you really have to do is have a way to get there, and you can get the free bus pass from Project 60. So you get your free bus pass.
$35 fee for the bus
for
pass.
For the whole semester.
Yes.
Which is still a bargain.
yes.
If you get on the bus $6, 6 times you're going to spend that much if you have to pay. And that's another thing, we won't talk about that because I can't believe it costs that much to ride the bus now.
Yeah.
That shows you my age, because I remember when you can pay $1.25 and get your pass.
I remember that.
You get your pass punched, and you could transfer 2 or 3 times on the bus, and then I think you paid $2 for a weekly pass or something. So that's dating myself, but it's worth paying the $35.
Yes, it is.
So what else would you guys like to add? Because I can talk.
Sure.
When time is going by, and I want you to talk about what you want to talk about.
So I just want to mention that our winter session starts January 24th.
Okay.
And it runs through March 6th. And then we have, spring break for the college. And then our spring session, so if you're a snowbird or you don't like to go out in the winter, you can always just wait till the spring session if you want. That starts March 20th and runs through May 1st. And for any students that are new out there, we do have a new student orientation for both sessions. And that's a chance
great.
for you to learn more about the program, get a tour of the campus that you would be attending, and then ask any questions you may have. Parking questions. If I take a computer class, what do I need to know? How do I get my Tri-C login to be on a computer? Things like
cool.
that we can help you out with. And it just helps familiarize yourself with the staff as well. So
Well, that's great. Do they have something like that at Project 660 also?
No orientations. However, with the help day, if you want to take a tour, it's optional. You could definitely go to the Welcome Center and inquire about orientation there. But if you need help, I will.
Koya's going
show
to do
you.
it all.
I'm a good time, so I don't have a problem with that at all. But I do want to say that with the classes that you do want to sign up that are closed, you cannot, as a Project 60 student, get on a wait list.
Okay.
So that's where the permission comes in from the professor, and then where you come to see me, we can put you. We have specialists in my office that will be happy to sit down with you with any questions that you have. You can have a one-on-one with them and ask all the questions you have, and they will give you answers for sure. We are Campus 411 for a reason, because we have the 411.
All right. That's wonderful. Oh, my
And then
goodness.
I also want to add that if you do decide to drop a course that you're in, that you paid a fee for, if you come see us, we can talk about you getting a refund back. And if you can't come in, then you can also email us at project60@csuohio.edu, and the fees are determined by case basis.
That's great.
Yes.
That's great. Anything else to add, ladies?
That I hope you come and sign up for Project 60, because it's a great opportunity to take advantage of and get more education.
And yeah, just to piggyback off of that, I mean, Koya's program that she described is so amazing, and why not even do both, right? They're going to be unique experiences, multi-generational classroom when you think about Program 60, Project 60, and then, Encore 55 Plus, where it's, you with your peers.
Yes.
So wonderful experiences. We hope you register.
Yes.
Great. Well, this is my time to give my little tidbit here. I just want to encourage anyone who's 55 or older or 60 and older to take advantage of these programs. If you didn't catch the numbers, they're going to be shown after the show is over with the credits, and we're also going to show the promo for Encore 55 program again. So while I'm talking, you can get your pencil and paper so you can write down the numbers and the websites. And just get active. We have earned these privileges. We have made it through 55 years, and some of us 60 years of life. And now it's time for us to just flourish. We are flowers that are just blooming. I just have to say that. I feel great about getting up to 59, and I never felt like I was hindered by getting older. I always felt like I was blessed by getting older, because you learn. And now these two institutions, Cleveland State University and Tri-C, are just giving it to us, basically, giving us an opportunity to meet people, giving us an opportunity to get educated, giving us an opportunity to teach our skills and our passions to people, giving us an opportunity to take advantage of the gyms and the opportunity to use the facilities at each of these campuses. There's just a multitude of opportunity to do something that you like to do, not what you have to do. You don't even have to show up if you don't want to, and you won't get dinged or get an F in the class. You don't even have to worry about that. So please take the time to do something for yourself. You deserve it. I'm telling you, I went back to school at 52, and I had went for 1 year at Ohio State in 1978 to 79. Okay, I know you guys. And they told me, you can't use those credits because too long, and I had to start over, and I had to, get my grandson who's at Kent State now to help me with my geometry, and he was like, Grandma, I'll help you. And at Cleveland State, there's people who can help you that you don't grasp it, and then at Tri-C, there's people that can help you if you don't grasp it, okay? So just take the time and take advantage of this. It's a great thing to learn, and Tri-C has been around forever, and so has Cleveland State. So they have got it figured out. They know exactly what you need. And as both women said, if there's something you need and it's not available, they will figure it out for you.
Yes.
Okay? So I enjoyed talking to both of you today. And you're going to see me out there. You're going to see me out there because I love to, first of all, get anything that's free or at a discount. And second of all, I love to learn, and I love college. I love college. So I just want to encourage everybody to take advantage of this. And also, I want to encourage you to watch next Thursday, because we're going to have a small business extravaganza for those last minute gifts that you need to get your coworker because you forgot, or you might have to get your mother-in-law because you just forgot. I'm going to say that. So please join us next week, and you'll find some great things. So thank you, Ashley, for coming from Tri-C.
For having us.
Oh, you're welcome. And thank you, Koya from Cleveland State, for
Absolutely.
coming. It's just
Thank
been
you.
a pleasure talking to these ladies. And like I said, you're going to see me around.
Yes.
So we'll see you next week, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Encore is an adult education program for individuals 55 years and older, and is also a low-cost program. For more information, please visit us online at www.tri-c.edu/encore, or you can call us at 216-987-2274. We look forward to seeing you in our Encore program, and if you'd like, please bring a friend.